Hey, and welcome to Lena Lessons. My name is Lena, coming to y'all with my thoughts and reviews about the JBP. All right, y'all. I know I typically do full-on recaps, but I want to share my thoughts about a few things. I'm looking forward to the next Patreon based on how the episode Tricky Words ended, with Joe wanting an apology from both MARC and Flip.
I want an apology from you and
Make
Mark.
the apology as loud as the disrespect.
Ish, Ice, and Masseuse. Like, it's cool that y'all pieced it up, but I didn't come to terms with it yet.
Joe,
I'm dead ass.
Joe, for real.
If you my man, just apologize and let's keep it moving. Don't fight with me about it.
I'm not fighting with you at all.
Don't fight with me about it. You my man. I love you.
And especially after coming across Flip's side of the story during anger management. He just recently posted a session. I was folding the laundry and said, let me see what Flip's talking about. And boy, do I have a slightly different tune. Just hear me out. I can hear some folks in the comments now. Lena, this is stage. Lena, this is an act, a gimmick, if you will, all the things. I receive it. I accept it. But I'm only going off of what I see and hear. I don't know none of these folks personally, So during Flip's anger management session, he explained his side of the story, what provoked him to behave the way that he did, even knowing that MARC wasn't trying to be on there for real. I'm not going to hold y'all. I caught myself saying, okay, Flip. For the accountability pieces, he understood how nutty this whole thing came off. He wished he didn't do certain things. He understands that he needs to treat the gig like the gig without solely concentrating on his friendship with Joe, and understand that none of this will fly in corporate America, and that he basically needs to reset his way of thinking. What the kids do when they do that clock that, yeah, do one of those, whatever the kids be doing. He took full accountability, all while understanding that what he do can be considered a manipulative tactic. He knows that he be on BS sometimes, fully understands it. With that being said, my questions would be, so what are we going to do about this? How are you going to change for the betterment of not only yourself, but the gig? Step one is knowing that you be on BS sometimes and have a stern grip of the friendship piece of it all, honestly. But this all ties into that Patreon episode. I kept saying there were some good conversations rolling, and this ties into them speaking on working with friends and letting your friends' antics slide because y'all cool. This also ties into another conversation they had before Flip got there, which was, what's something you care too much about? And the reverse of that, what's something you don't care too much about, but you should? Listen, they was waking it up before the argument. If you watched it, I'm pretty sure you were thinking the same. Public perception was on the list of theirs, on the list of a lot of them, honestly. Things they shouldn't care too much about, but they do. So I understand where Flip is coming from in his anger management session. People be caring a little bit about how they're perceived. So these conversations prior to the argument is kind of wild. But like I said before, maybe they needed to get some of this out. Now, they're both cool as the other side of the pillow. In episode 869, they were seated next to one another. They was chopping it up, and rightfully so. Glad it didn't carry over days later. We're going to see. We're just going to have to see how this all plays out in the next Patreon and moving forward. Not just the Patreon and Saturday's episode, but moving forward. Episode 869, Tricky Words, was a good pod. I like that entire D'Angelo tribute. It was a nice vibe for the late night. That's when I watched it anyway. If you made it this far, I have 2 quick hits. They mentioned MTV coming to an end. I remember getting ready for school in the morning watching MTV Jams. You couldn't tell me nothing, okay, between MTV Jams and VH1 Jumpstart. If you know, you know. Also, Nicole Kidman is that girl, always been that girl. And since it's spooky season, go watch her classic film titled The Others. Again, if you know, you know. An oldie but goodie. As always, drop your key takeaways from this episode if you caught it already. You know, I know this is a little bit different from the traditional recaps, but I watched the full thing, so if there's anything that stood out to you, feel free to drop them in the comments. We can definitely chop it up about it. That's nothing. If you watch Flip's anger management session, let me know what were your key takeaways from that if you saw it. You know, and lastly, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you're feeling the content. Until next time, y'all. Bye.